Hey everyone, how are you doing? It's Hillary, the marketing mom. I'm glad you're able to join me. It is Monday and the last week of March, and I'm talking to my business people, my moms. As you know, I am a mom expecting our third child, very excited. Our doctor said pack the bags. So we know it's getting close. So for those of you who don't know me, I am a social media manager, digital marketing strategist, and I work particularly with mothers who are looking for an opportunity to be able to build a business from the comfort of their home online around the schedule of their kids. Because as one of my favorite business coaches says, your life informs your business. All right. So we are at the end of a quarter. The year is moving by fast, okay? And for those of you who are still scrambling to try and find your feet, like one of my good friends, it was the middle of February and she's saying, I'm now finally getting into work mode, okay? It's the end of the quarter. Are you ready for the next one? All right. And one of the things that I want to talk about today, because when we're working from home, if you're an individual, all right, and let me know, if you've got a job, not a job, you've got a business that you're working from home, it's your own business, it's a individual, like a solopreneur business, let me know down in the comments, okay? Because one of the things that we forget is that business always has to represent business in a sense, okay? You can bring a personal touch to a business, but it still must look professional. It still must look like a business. And this is one thing that, we had a discussion with one of our clients last week. And obviously they've had to backpedal on some of the things that they wanted to do, because a lot of companies, we want to go the free route, okay? Now, I'm not talking about just companies. I'm talking about mainly solopreneurs. So my moms, you're from home, you've got a you're baking cookies, right, out of your kitchen, and you're selling cookies and you're packaging them nicely, but the website is something .wix.com or .blogspot.com or something like that. And I've talked about this before in terms of when you've got a website, you want to make sure that it's your brand that's out facing. It's not Google, it's not Wix, it's not Blogspot, it's not any of the free it's not WordPress, okay? You don't want people to see your name .wordpress.com. That's not a professional outlook on your website. Now, the reality is, as a business owner, you may be thinking, okay, well, it's too expensive for me to get my own website. It's too expensive for me to maintain it, or I just don't have the knowledge, the technology behind it, even though they've simplified website building to the point where my 4-year-old could probably build a website now, all right? The reality is sometimes it's not about the technical difficulty. Sometimes it's about the time and the finances. And what I want to share with you is, especially if you just kicked off your business in January and things are moving, they're moving, and you're kind of like trying to figure out yourself and put things in place. One of the things that I want to make sure that you understand very early, and even if you've been doing it, all right, you've been in business for a while and you've been doing this and you've been making this error. If you've been making this error, I want you to make that change now. Utilizing anything that's free is great because it's going to save you on money, but it does not present your company to the public eye as a professional company, okay? And I'm going to say that again. Let's say it again. All right. When you are presenting yourself in the public eye, although using free tools saves you pennies as far as I'm concerned, it doesn't present yourself as a professional in the public eye. Okay. So if you've got, maybe, you have a community of people and they want to email you at your @gmail.com email address, that's fine, but that's your community. Those are already your customers. Those are people who already know, like, and trust you. But if you're trying to get new customers or you're trying to get new leads and you're telling them, well, email me at ilovekitties@gmail.com, that does not present you in a very professional light. Even if you have your name, cookies by so-and-so @gmail.com, it still doesn't present you in a professional light, because what you're telling them is, you know what, I am not willing to invest long term in this. I'm not willing to invest in what matters in my business. Okay, and if you hear me on that, if you understand that, drop a one in the comments below, drop a like, share this. But the reality is, if you're not presenting your business professionally, okay, and we're talking about things from as simple as contact forms, and you know, we get a lot of these free tools. We get a lot of them. Google could present a lot of these free tools to us. There are other platforms that present a lot of these free tools. So if you don't get trapped by the free, okay, because if this is really a business, it's got to be a business. All right, when you want to go and register your domain, you've got to do that. Okay, you've got to create your email, and it's very, from a technical standpoint, it's not hard at all. And in the long run, that cost of doing business is going to spread itself out over time. Right now, if maybe all you get is like 5 sales a month or something like that, maybe the cost will be a little too much depending on what you're selling, okay? But the reality is, you need to have these things in place. And for the next quarter, that's what I want to challenge. You know, we've been talking a lot about goals for this week, but I want you to take a step back this week, this last week. Yep, this is, let me just, I'm checking my calendar. Yeah. This is the last week of March, all right? So it's the last week of the quarter. And rather than trying to plan this week, what I would prefer, I see, you know, a lot of my followers and my friends do who are in businesses, plan your next quarter during this week. Take some time every day this week and think about what you want for your business in the month of April, May, and June. Think about what are the things that you need in your business in the months of April, May, and June. And think about what, you know, you can offer people in the months of April, May, and June. All right, those are the things that you want, the things that you need, and the things that you want to offer. All right, because remember, in business, when we're in business, we're here to serve people. And in order to serve people, you have to figure out what it is that you need to do in order to provide that service. And then you'll get what you want, okay? So if you start with, you know, the service offering up front, then you're going to be able to achieve your goals, okay? So take some time. I'm actually, just for the sake of memory, I'm going to put down those 3 points for you. You want to think about, what is the offering? What do you want to see? How do you want to meet people's needs, right? Well, let's put it this way. Let's go back to what I said, okay? I said, first, think about what you want. What are your goals? Then think about what you need in your business to achieve those goals. Also think about, what do you need to have as resources in order to serve your customers better for this next quarter, okay? So repeating that like for the 3rd time, but I'm sure it makes a lot of sense when you sit down and think about it, because your business is a service entity that has to provide certain services to customers, and then you also have to be able to deliver on that service. So how are you going to deliver on that service in order to meet your goals? All right, that's what I want you to think about this week, because although we're talking about a lot of success planning and goal setting this week, I want us to take it out of the weekly thinking right now for this week. This is the last week of the month, and in many countries around the world, it is well, it is Holy Week, but I mean, in many countries, you know, a lot of people have different holidays and everything. So it's kind of like, you know, a good time to pull back, sit down, plan out your goals and everything for the next quarter from a business standpoint. And then, of course, you know, life happens, okay? So if you know that, you know, you're going to be going on vacation at the end of May or the beginning of June, or if you know, like myself, a baby is coming in the middle of May this quarter, all right, you have to plan for the quote-unquote unexpected as well, okay? Now, sometimes the unexpected isn't so unexpected as we think. So I want you also to think about, apart from your goals, what you need in your business and how you're going to serve your clients this month, I also want you to think about, how am I going to plan around the so-called unexpected, okay? Yes, we never know when a baby is going to arrive, but we do know the baby is going to arrive, and we do know what we need to have in place, All right. That's why doctors tell us pack your bag when you reach 30 weeks or when you reach a certain number of weeks. Okay. So again, that's my advice for you today. I want you first to present your business as a professional company. Okay. This is something that we had to go over with one of our clients last week, and it pained me to see that these things were being implemented in their business. And this is a professional service that they're offering. It's a very high professional service that they're offering, and using free tools that just does not paint the company in a very good light. Okay, so we've had to do a lot of rework and backtracking for this client, but you know, at the end of the day, this is my advice to you. We learn from different experiences. We may be doing one thing, we may be preaching one thing, and then our clients run off and do something different. Okay, that is what happens, but then we bring them back on track. Okay, I want you this week to think about your quarter for the next quarter, April, May, and June. Okay, what are your goals? What are your needs in your business, and how you're going to serve your clients? And then lastly, think about in your life, all right, because obviously this is not, you know, this is either your full-time business that you are plugging right into your life with your kids, your husband, everything, or you're doing this part-time right now because you're at a job. I want you to also plan for the next quarter what you're going to do with all of those unexpected things that happen. Okay, so last term in Trinidad and Tobago, we've got a lot of sports days going on and exams and all of these kind of things with children. So think about it. Sit down and really use this week to do a lot of brain work, planning, detach yourself from all the mad rush of the regular day, and go at it. And I want you to start next week, start the second quarter of this year with a bang. Okay, have a great one, and I'll talk to you all soon. Bye everybody.